Greetings to our members and friends of First Baptist Church Piney Grove. We are glad you joined us to find out what's going on at The Grove. We are dedicated to ensuring that we stay connected to you during these challenging times. It is our prayer that you remain safe, healthy, and blessed. Now, let's find out what's going on at The Grove from our pastor, the Reverend Dr. Derek J. Hughes.
Hello, beloved. This is Pastor Hughes, and today is Friday, July 3rd, 2020. And this is another one of my podcasts. I am so grateful for your participation and presence today as you listen to what's going on not only at First Baptist Church Piney Grove, but in our community, in our state, in our country and world. Thank you for joining us. I wanted to again first start by saying how grateful I am for those of you who have listened and followed the direction of your pastor in regards to the stay-at-home requests that I've asked and suggested to you because of the spiking numbers of COVID-19 in our area. In fact, yesterday, Thursday, the numbers of COVID cases raised above 10,000 new cases in just a 24-hour period. We've seen over 50,000 new cases within the last week. That is beyond anything that we would have thought, certainly by this point. We must be careful. And we must be vigilant as it relates to our health and safety. Remember the 3 W's we talked about. Wear your mask, watch your distance, and wash your hands. That's so important for us as we go forward. I know that we are still in virtual worship, and many are asking, when can we come back to corporate public worship? I want to be back in corporate public worship as well. In fact, I am experiencing virtual burnout. But this is the Lord's will, I believe. And we're going to hang in there and do the best we can during this time. We're going to encourage one another. We're going to pray for one another. And I want to encourage you to tap into all the connecting pieces that we have and we offer at First Baptist Piney Grove during this global pandemic. I want to start today talking about something that's important to us, and I want us to understand. There is much debate regarding if this is a true topic or not, and that is there a real thing as systemic racism? Well, first of all, let me explain what systemic racism is. Systemic racism is a system that has been created in order to run lifelong hindrances against someone to keep them in a level or at a level that is desired by those who are oppressed. Or oppressors, rather, And so I want to be careful with that. Does systemic racism exist? Well, let's just look at the numbers. Let's look at the facts. White people make more money per capita than black people. That divide today is as wide as it was the year Dr. King was assassinated in 1968. Black people are more likely to be unemployed, not just unemployed, but they are more likely to be underemployed. They are experiencing per capita making less money than their white counterparts still today. Redlining has been a thing that has kept people from getting homes in certain areas and getting certain rates because they have drawn lines in years past saying that you have to work over here, you have to live over here, and you have to be a certain race to live over here in order for your value of your house to be over here, to buy over here. Those things have been such a systemic thing that calls a cyclical, systematic approach to keep people in certain cycles. Whereas if you live in a certain area and you don't live in certain areas, your tax dollars based upon the value of your house will be kept at a certain level. And if you don't live in those areas where the tax dollars are more because the value of your house is more, then on another level is there's fewer tax dollars that go toward education of your child. If your children receive fewer tax dollars, then you will in fact get fewer dollars and fewer opportunities and resources to educate your child like the other counterparts. In fact, the reality is there are white children per capita get the dollar of $23 billion more than black children for education. There was a thing called the New Deal that gave homeowners an opportunity to buy homes, etc. And that didn't work. That was not offered in many of the people who are of color and certainly of black people. And often they need a bigger down payment. And so the question, even about the stress, about the cyclical effect of systemic racism and how it affects your life, is there are fewer off-ramps and entrance ramps in minority neighborhoods than there are in white neighborhoods. You're talking about a systemic system. It wasn't designed for them. And so the travel to work and back and forth is even more stressful. In fact, even in our children, when we talk about stress and how that happens, our children in school are disciplined differently than white children. They are more likely to be expelled and sent to different schools than white systems, as well as even more likely put into the juvenile system, and often find the same crime that white children are exposed to or commit, they get stiffer punishments for. That's just a fact. They are less likely to have insurance and access to good health care. They have a shorter life expectancy. In fact, the American Academy of Pediatrics last year identified the root cause of health issues over a lifetime is racism. Not race, but racism, the disparities between races. Voter rights suppression is more likely to happen among blacks. Policing is totally different. In fact, blacks are more likely to get stopped and searched and go to jail more likely in all those categories than whites. In fact, there are 13% of blacks of the U.S. population, but 60% of the prison population are blacks. Systemic. They are more likely to be killed by police officers than whites are. Systemic. The question is systemic racism real? The numbers don't lie. It's in black and white. I want us to be informed. I want us to know systemic racism is real. It's not a Republican thing. It's not a Democrat thing. It is a real issue when it comes to people of color and particularly black people. Hispanics, Latinos as well have had this issue against them as well. I want us to be informed. All right, beloved, thank you for listening to that part. Let me tell you again what's going on at the Grove. Today is July 3rd. I don't know if some of you are celebrating July 4th. I can't wait till you listen to the sermon on Sunday. You got to hear it. The sermon on Sunday is My Country 'Tis of Thee. Don't miss that sermon. Also, remember, as I go through the schedule, our Sunday worship is on 5 different platforms now. 5. We were on 4, now we're on 5. You can watch us on Facebook Live. You can watch us on YouTube Live. You can watch us on our website. You can watch us on our church app. And you can also now call in, if you're not tech savvy, and listen to the broadcast while it's live. 5 different ways to be a part of our worship experience. On Mondays at 8 o'clock, the Millennials Bible Study happens. Check for the link so that you can get the link It's welcome to all are invited. Any millennial, anywhere in the country, are invited to be a part of our Millennial Bible Study. Every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., we have a prayer call, all invited from across the country. It has now dwarfed into something more than just Piney Grove. We have callers from various states to be a part of it. You're welcome. The number is in the advertisement. You can certainly look for it there and find it. And we welcome all. Again, at 6 a.m. and at 6 p.m., the prayer call, Monday through Fridays. On Wednesday, Bible study, 7 p.m. Thursdays at 7 o'clock, our children and youth worship on 2 platforms, YouTube channel, YouTube Live, and our Facebook Live channel. You can go there and view the children and youth worship. It is powerful. And as you see, every Friday, our podcast does come out. So every Friday, the podcast. And then on Saturday, the Sunday school is doing well. Church school is doing well. You can call in to the various classes and be a part of church school. Thank you so much. We have various things to offer, as well as, don't forget, small groups. Small groups are connecting and connecting and connecting. If you are not part of a small group, shame on you. I want to encourage you, please, become a part of a small group. Become a part of a small group. God bless you. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.